So say you and your daughter are waking up in the morning and you're both hungry for breakfast. Well, you come out, you decide, I'm going to have eggs today. You start cooking up some eggs that you bought less than 5 days ago and you enjoy. Fast forward 5 hours and you see your daughter's mood completely change. She starts becoming extremely ill, and as a mother, I'm panicking because she's only one. At that moment when I'm panicking, I become extremely ill. Today I'm going to inform my audience about ways to prevent food poisoning, and I'm going to go over how you should always wash your produce. I'm going to go over how to check temperatures while cooking with raw meats, and I'm going to go over when in doubt, throw it out, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're stuck in bed while your 1-year-old daughter goes to the hospital and you're not able to be there by her side. WMD.com, July 7, 2012, said depending on infection, people can die from a foodborne illness. This is why it's important to take steps in avoiding food poisoning. Well, on that note, my first main point is to wash. I can't stress this enough. I see many people not washing their hands these days. It's so important to wash your hands while coming out of the bathroom. I wash my hands constantly while changing my daughter's diaper. Wash your hands. It's great to keep your cutting boards clean, your knives clean, your counter surfaces clean. Just always wash those. And also, importantly enough, wash your produce. Even wash your produce if you're going to peel your food. It's great because you don't want to take that chance in getting food poisoning because it's not fun, it's miserable, and some steps that you can take are when you're washing your fruit or your vegetable, run under warm water. And while you run, don't soak in a bowl or in the sink. Make sure your produce is getting washed under running water. Or another alternative I found a few weeks ago when I was shopping at the grocery store is they actually have produce cleaner now. And it looks like a bottle of window cleaner to me, but it's an alternative way. And all you do is spray your fruits or vegetables and it gets all the bacteria off that you don't want to ingest in your body. So now on to my second main point, which is about checking the right temperatures while cooking with raw meats or storing raw meats. Now, I just found in my fridge from my boyfriend's doing, notice I'm using a glove, he left bacon, that's probably expired by now, just opened, not correctly stored in the fridge right, it wasn't getting the correct temperature, and I don't know if you can see, but it's turning brown and it's not very red anymore. So this is going in the trash. Now, while we're on this subject, while you're cooking with meats, it's a great way to kill any bacteria or any signs of salmonella. Because washing won't get rid of it, but cooking will. And most bacteria is killed at a temperature of 140 to 180 degrees. So I highly recommend investing in a cooking thermometer. I know I'm going to. I haven't yet. I just got over my food poisoning yesterday, so I haven't really been able to get out of the house and go get one yet, but I'm going to. Never defrost meat in a room at room temperature or just left out. You want to put it in the fridge, wrapped up with saran wrap. Make sure the juices don't go flying anywhere in the fridge so it's not contaminating your other foods like this bacon was, and I'll get on for that. You want to make sure that it stays in a fridge so it's not just going from the freezer to just out at room temperature and just sitting there, because then it can become easily contaminated. And you want to make sure that you never wash meats, because when you wash meat, it most likely will splatter off and it will more likely spread the bacteria. eMedicineHealth.com 2012 said notavirus and salmonella are the most common infectious forms of foodborne illness that affect about 70 million people a year. This brings me to my final topic, and that is, when in doubt, throw it out. I should have known that when I noticed there wasn't a expiration date on the eggs, I should have threw them out, but I figured I bought them less than 5 days ago that they would be okay. While when my mother was here, helped taking care of me and my daughter, she gave me a great technique that I'm going to start using. On all of the stuff that she buys, she writes the date that she opened it. Like this is the applesauce I feed my daughter, and she wrote the day that she opened this, and she showed that on the back they say use within 2 weeks after opening. So instead of me estimating all the time when I opened it and guessing, I can actually have an accurate date so I can know exactly when to throw out my food and when not to. If you have any suspect of anything that you are even questioning, throw it out. If it's about your produce, if it's about your leftovers, if you don't even take a little taste, if it smells fine but you're still iffy about it and have to question it, just throw it out. You're saving yourself a lot just in case. Also, while reheating leftovers, don't think that you're killing out all the bacteria because you're really not. So it's best to just throw that out. And also, if you have leftovers, make sure that you cook them within the next 4 days. So overall, from what I've discussed, I have tried to show you ways to prevent getting food poisoning by always washing your produce, storing and cooking meats at a correct temperature, and when in doubt, throw away, because you do not want to end up in the hospital like my daughter. MayoClinic.com, June 16, 2011, says dehydration is one of the most common complications of a foodborne illness.